Hello everyone. Today I want to talk about something different. In my previous webcasts, I talked a little bit about science and started talking about statistics and how statistics operates and in essence provide some general information as it relates to scientific thought and how to become better. Today, I want to talk about something a little more generic, and that is education in general. Over the last few weeks, I've seen things on TV and here in YouTube about how you're better off without a degree and how education doesn't pay. And the whole argument that the people make relating to that seems to center around money. The argument is, oh, you can go and become a plumber, you can go and become an auto mechanic and make as much money. The problem here is that education is not just about making money. So even if the argument was true, and let's face it, the argument is true for a subset of the population. Some people uh, will do very well in trades, and there is nothing wrong with that. Not everyone should become a scientist or a physician or whatnot. But here is why the argument falls apart. Even if you become a tradesperson, even if that is how you make your living, a college education is still valuable. Not because of how much more money you might or might not make, but because educated people make better decisions and because knowledge is actually about self-improvement and knowledge is about much more than how much money I have in the bank. Nelson Mandela said that knowledge is the only true power. What he said, which is very true, is people can take away from you most everything. They can take away your money, they can take away your freedom, they can beat you up, they can break your heart, they can fire you, they can humiliate you, they can lie about you. What they cannot do is take away what you know. We must not minimize education and equate it simply with a paycheck. Education does much more. Educated people have better governments. Educated people tend to hold those in power more accountable. Educated people make much more better decisions. We see that in our country right now, this election year. It truly pains me when I see all this misinformation fooling really nice people in supporting candidates that would be really bad for the country. Education would help people better evaluate our elected officials. When we look at other countries and we see a country with a high education level, we are actually see countries that are run better. We see citizens that participate in governing more, and we see the citizens that hold their governments accountable. So we must not, under any circumstances, educate knowledge and education just with a paycheck. It is much more for that. When people are educated, they are doing better in all aspects of their lives. You can be a tradesperson, you can be a plumber, you can be a mechanic, you can be a mason, and guess what? You can also be highly educated. There is absolutely no reason why someone could not be a plumber but also have a university degree. It is intriguing and it is very disingenuous, by the way, because those people that they start purporting the lack of education not being a serious problem, they do that for self-serving purposes, right? It was Cicero back during the Roman Empire times that said, keep the people uneducated and entertained so you can govern them. People that are not educated do not know enough to question authority. We must stop this falsehood. We must educate America. This is imperative for the survival. It will make us more competitive than we are now. It will make us a more competitive nation. It will make us better leaders. We cannot afford to be one of the worst educated nations when it comes to the Western world. We need to stop and think, who is telling the people education does not pay? They go on the TV and it is really shameful. Shows like 2020 go and find a person with a bachelor's degree and say education doesn't pay because this person is unemployed. But then what did that person study? What was the field that they chose? There's certain fields that do not pay. and it's okay still to learn about them. When I was in college, I really enjoyed philosophy. I took so many philosophy courses that I got a letter from the register. You take any more philosophy courses, that won't count towards anything. But I was not planning to become a philosopher as a living. I was not stupid. I didn't say, oh, studying philosophy is going to buy me a good lifestyle because philosophers make a lot of money. That would be absurd. I like philosophy because it made me a better critical thinker and because it allowed me to view the world in a much better light than before. Learning and education is about this. It's about decision making, self improvement, critical thinking. We must go against the wave of ignorance that is trying to grab our country and against this wave against educating the population. People that are not educated are not empowered. Thank you.